Good morning, YouTube. It's a fresh day here on Piston House Garage. I did complete the repairs on the broken side. I was going to show you what we got. So these are the Mevotech outer tie rods that you see right here. And pretty cool deal. So I bought those probably almost a year ago. And I was able to get them warranted because the boot cracked. And it actually cracked early on. I was just like, well, I'm not spending another $40 per tie rod to replace them again. But I was able to get them warranted. Now I had to pay for the new part to get here, but I'm able to take the cracked boot, the old tie rod, and send it back for a full refund. So that's pretty cool. That's one good thing about Rock Auto and Mevotech and those guys. They do a pretty good job. Now these Moog upper control arms I replaced at the same time I replaced the tie rod. But check it out, we got the new gas shock on there. We've got the new wheel hub and bearing with all new studs. And it rained last night, so the discs all rusted. But yeah, we've got a new wheel hub and bearing on there. Everything's torqued down. This side's ready to go. All I gotta do is put the wheel back on, but I had to order new lug nuts because that one that broke off in the stud. And I tried to go to O'Reilly's, Napa, AutoZone, and they did not have a lug nut that would fit my setup with these wheels. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start this morning is I'm about to start replacing the lower ball joint. I gotta do a lower ball joint, the wheel hub bearing assembly, and the gas shock. That's all I gotta do over here. But I wanted to show you start to finish kind of what that takes. So I'm gonna just let this puppy record. Might be a little bit of a long video, but I'm gonna just try to start to finish this whole process right here. This is a 6mm. Just take off the center hubcap. Scratch it. I'm gonna pick this up. It's cold out here this morning. Whew, it'll wake you up quick. So Amazon had my lug nuts, the whole set, all 20 of them for 30 bucks. And they should be here today. So they should be here today. See, and on this side, I have a new axle and axle nut. The other side is the factory business. All right, let's get this wheel off. I had to replace this axle just really because the boot was torn and I didn't want it getting dirt in there and breaking on me while I was driving. So I went ahead and did a whole axle. It was like 45 bucks. I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna have to get on there and show you. If you don't know already, Rock Auto is legit. Their prices are unbeatable on some stuff. The only thing I'll tell you about Rock Auto that I don't really care for is their shipping is quite expensive and a little on the slow side. But you know, that's, I mean, we're talking like half of what you would pay at O'Reilly's for a lot of the parts. So if you're not using Rock Auto, I mean, you're burning money. Let me go put these up. All right, well, possible change of plans. I may just do the lower ball joint today because I ordered the wrong part, it looks like. Let's see what this feels like. Honestly, if the bearing feels... This one I'm not too sure hasn't been replaced. You know what? This one's been replaced. When I did the axle. No. This sure looks a lot newer than the other one. I don't think I'm gonna worry about it. Yeah, I'm just gonna send that wheel bearing back. So we're not gonna do the wheel hub bearing on this side. It doesn't look near as, like, it's still got shiny. So this one I could tell on the other side is factory. Look at the difference. I don't think I'm gonna replace this one. But listen to this bearing too, like, you could hear it. You could hear this bearing. That is not, if it's not blown right now, it would have been seen. So we're gonna leave the wheel bearing. We're just gonna do lower ball joint, gas shock, outer tie rod. To do the lower ball joint though, we still have to take all this out. Here's how you stop this from spinning. You want to get a couple of sockets to cover the stud. This way you don't damage your threads. You don't want to damage your threads. Take a breaker bar or crowbar about like this. Set it right there. Make sure that's on the ground. And then with this setup right here, you can, so with this setup right here, you can actually take this off. Actually, I'm gonna have to turn this around because it's gonna spin the other way. There we go. See, and then that will hold that without damaging your studs. Make sure everything's sitting. If you can't get it with just that breaker bar, you gotta cheat. This one looks like it's been replaced previously, so I'm not even gonna worry about it because look at it, you can tell. I'm gonna cheat. A little extra leverage. There she goes. Yeah, so, and I spun it, it doesn't feel near like the other side. I think it's I'm gonna go with that. Once you get your wheel hub nut, it's called the wheel hub and bearing assembly, that's this guy. And then you gotta get your wheel nut off. Now I'm gonna, so that's loose. I'm gonna take the, I don't think I'm gonna take that loose. No, I do need to take the whole knuckle out to get the lower ball joint properly. It's gonna be, and the gas shock, it's gonna be easier just to go ahead and take all that out. So let me get some pliers. I've got new cotter pins for this anyways. So we're just gonna take this guy out if we can. Always want to replace your cotter pins. So what you don't want to do is put a used cotter pin back in and it break on you. You run the risk of that coming apart. Again with the 21, we're going to turn this to the left. There it goes. I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna leave it like right there for a second. Get this cotter pin out. Now, see, like I said, I did the I did the outer tie rods not too long ago, and it came with these pretty cool little clips. But I've got a new one coming with the new outer tie rod that I'm gonna put on here, since they are gonna warranty it for me. I don't need this one either. An 8 maybe? Nope. 7/8 is smaller. Three-quarter. All right, again, just like I did this one here, just leave it right at the end of the threads. I'm gonna leave this one right at the end of the threads. So I think if I need to hammer on it, I don't hit my threads. Need something with a little more oomph. And they say just hit it right here on the front. Should pop out. Oh, the top, look, the top one popped out, but not the bottom one yet. Now I'm replacing this tie rod end, so I'm not super worried about if I booger these threads up or not. Like I said, I'm going to be replacing this tie rod in. There it goes. Just sometimes takes some coercing, fellas. Hey, ladies. Check this out. Spinning. hold it. Nope. I'm gonna have to grab some. Oh shit, I was tightening. Vice grip. Here we have our steering. And that worked out because by doing that tap, we got the top one here loose. Actually, I'll take this off. It's a different socket, of course. Which one is it? This one? And I'm putting this nut and washer back on because I don't have I gotta do lower ball joints, so I gotta get this out. Okay, I'm gonna put this back on. I'm gonna give this a tap with the orange hammers. Get loose. That's somewhere. This axle out. Now we're not doing anything with this guy, so if I can just bump this axle. Well, let me put this back in here for a second. Get the bottom rope free. Alright, hold that right there for just a second. We got some cleanings to do. Alright, that's my washer. Now what socket goes on the bottom one? It's bigger than all of them. Pliers. I have to get down here. Since the ball joint broke on the other side, I'm pretty sure they're the same age. So it is important to me that I get at least the lower ball joints fixed on both sides. The right checking my brake caliper so I don't lose them. Here's my socket I was looking for. No. Well, what the heck? You know? Yeah, that's weird. It's a 1 inch, y'all. See how that's wanting to turn. Make sure I don't fall off on you. Turn on me. So what I can do is put the steering tie rod in temporarily so that I can loosen this lower one. There we go. Alright, that's loose and right at the end of the thread, so we gotta give it the old Tanya Harding. Let's see if I can pop it out. Look at so that came right out. Of course it did because I replaced it previously. This loveliness. You. Let me get these gloves changed. All right, I'm just gonna be trying to get that lower ball joint pop free. I'm gonna get some fresh gloves. All right, it's being stubborn. Not the best angle here, is it? Trying to get the still trying to get the lower ball joint to pop free. It's being stubborn, so we're gonna get a pickle fork after it. Let me see where I have to put this though. Apply the pressure. Okay. We're gonna have to get some lube. Well, I'll be working on this for a minute. Well, persistence pays off. Man, it took like, I've been sitting here jacking with this for like 45 minutes. I know I stopped the camera, but I got this out without even, got the axle out. I ended up having to unplug the ABS sensor. There's other videos on how to do that, but I could not get this lower ball joint to break free. Well, I finally got it. And all it was I mean, I've been sitting here banging on this thing for like 45 minutes or so. Look at that. That ball joint's toast, bro. That shouldn't be just falling off. So I'm definitely glad that I'm doing this. Like I said, we're about to drive this thing down to Austin, and I didn't want to be going down with busted ball joints. If one side broke, I knew this side was just as old. So I'm glad we're doing it, but Man, I'll tell you what, I have been banging on this thing for over 45 minutes and could not get it to come loose. And all it is, you can see where I've been hitting on it, right here and right here. And finally, I just got on there and said, I'm gonna hit it. And I hit it right there a couple good times and it finally broke loose. But a combination of all the hitting it finally got it. All right, now the fun part. Let's get that out of our way. All right, so like I said, this thing, look, if it wasn't broke today, it would have been tomorrow. I mean, that thing is close to going. I need my snap ring pliers. Hold on. Alright. Man, that was starting to defeat me. Couldn't get that knuckle off. It's so stuck on there. Of course, everything else, the outer tie rod, the upper A-arm, upper control arm, I've replaced all those, so they've been unstuck in the last year or so. But I never did lower ball joints until now. It's time. You can see they're pretty worn out. These snap ring pliers are cool. Now we just got to press this guy. I've already taken the grease nipple off. The boot just fell off, which that's great. Now we're just going to press this guy out. So this here is our press. And watch how easy this is with the right tool. Now, we need a receiving cup. Receiving in. So this guy here, this is your receiving cup. It just sits right here on the bottom. Like that. Watch how easy this does. Make sure it's on there as straight as you can. Okay. Alright. That looks pretty good. Which socket it is, it's going to be a big one. No. 13. 22. 22 will work. Let's tighten this guy up. You could put an air ratchet on this, but I did the other side with an air ratchet. And I think I was going to try it without this time. Let's see. Squeeze. There it goes. It's already moving. Kind of like doing it by hand better just because it's more controlled and I don't feel like I'm gonna strip something out. It's already pushing that ball joint out. And all we gotta do is clean it up and get ready to press the new one in. Joints out. There you have it. Put that back. Look at that. You can't tell me that guy was going to last too much longer. It's looking pretty thin in there too. You can see, if you look in there, look how thin. Oh, I guess it gets thinner, but still, it was just a matter of time. It feels pretty crunchy and nasty. So that guy had to go. That ball joint was toast. All right, let me clean this up and we'll get the new ball joint going in. All right, I got my new ball joint. So there you have it. We're gonna press this guy in just a minute. I also got some new, I got a new gas shock here. So I'm gonna start taking that one out here in just a second. We're gonna change it out for this one. Shock. Nothing crazy expensive, but I think just getting some new ones in there will certainly improve the ride. Look at there, that looks pretty good, right? All right, let's get the old shock out. Let's get this guy out. Maybe 11/16, 3/4. Sounds good. Could be metric, y'all. 3/4 don't fit it right. It really doesn't. So it's gonna be a metric opening. Let me go grab a metric. Hold on. Good. 14. Nope. 3/4. Alright, 3/4 it is. That's the only one I can get to grab it, so now I gotta find something to grab this top part here. Let me check something, because I bought a tool for it. Well, I bought this shock nut tool, and it's been the most worthless thing for me. I bought this shock nut tool, and it hasn't done anything for me. So, is this one too big? What the hell, y'all? Sure looks like a... I damn near got my whole shop out here on the driveway now. Sheesh. This is irritating. Let's see if an 8 fits it. Nope, 8 don't fit. Well, shoot. I guess we're going with the Vice Grip Garage. That's kind of frustrating. Let's see if I can break this loose at all. Yeah, we got it loose. Let's see if I can just get it off. Maybe I don't have to hold this one. Can we get that lucky? Can we get that lucky? Some oil on that thing. Come on, loosen up. So it's gonna start spinning the shaft on that shock. See, now the shock shaft is spinning, just like the other side did. And what I did was get these vice grips in there, wherever those are. Here they are. Vice grip. I'd like to get these on down here. May have to do it up here for just a minute. Yay, it came off. Sweet. So the top is off. Put this in here. Now we're going to take the bottom mounting nut off the shock. That should be pretty easy. Once I say that. Bottom one is a 21. And I want to use the ratchet. Now this may move just a little bit when you get it loose, so be ready, be prepared for that. I think I have most of the pressure off of it. Feels pretty good. There you have it. Put this back in here for just a second. Okay. Old shock off. Put the new shock on. Yep. I'm gonna slide that up in there, and then we're gonna put the top on, and then the lock nut. Unscrew this again. I'm gonna put just a little bit of PB Blaster on this bolt here. Just help it go in a little easier. Now see here, it's not lining up. I can unscrew I can either unscrew the top just a little bit and maybe get it down far enough that I can start this. Or I can take my jack and push up on this arm a little bit, and that'll squeeze it in too. go with the jack. Which this is why I didn't put the lower ball joint in yet, because I knew I was going to be doing a shot. There we go. See, I pushed up on that just enough. Now this lines right up. Oh. May need to push up just a little bit. Another reason I like this wrench so much, because your hand doesn't always follow an exactly straight path. So you can sit here and turn and it kind of moves back and forth with you. This is personal one of these, is pretty good. Always just had the standard ratchet. Like, man, what do you need all that for? I really like this one though. That's snug, not torqued, but snug. Okay. And now I'm gonna do the top one up here. And I think it's gonna need, does it need 3/4 also, I think? You want to be careful, watch for that top of that, watch for this shaft to start spinning. If it does, you'll have to hold it. See, like that. You don't want to just sit there and keep spinning it. I'm going to pump this up just a hair, get some pressure off the top. See there, when I pump that up, I got some pressure off the top here. That way we're not fighting it the whole way down. There we go. So far, I'm able to just hold it with my hand. There it is. So it's stopped at that point. I want to make sure that it's tight though. See if I can rotate just a little bit. Now I can try and hold it with a wrench, see if this will hold it. It will. Just barely. Alright, so that's tight. And that's a lock nut, so it's not gonna just rattle off. Now I look up the torque specs on that, so I can torque that down. All right, I looked it up. We need 100 foot-pounds. We need 100 foot-pounds on this lower bolt here, so. Looks like I'm at 130. guy to 100 foot-pounds. There's 100. All right, gas shock is done. Torqued on both ends. Let me lower this jack out of the way. Slowly. All right, we're gonna press the new ball joint in. So, to do that, the second biggest ring here happens to fit perfectly on there and does not hit the boot. So it's hitting solid metal. You don't want to pinch your boot. So that fits perfectly like that. And then we have the install cup here, which I need to clean. Just leave it there for a second. All right, this adapter here will work for the install. So you set that there, and you set this. Oh, you got to take this off. Hold on. You got to take the nut off. If you don't have the right cup or ring, if it's sitting on the boot, if it's sitting on the boot, you would have to take the boot off, which I think you can get it off. But mine sits right on that metal. It's not interfering with the boot at all. So I'm lucky in that way on this one. So we got to push this guy up, which means this has got to go down here. I need to get this ball joint straight. Stiff, y'all. Stiff. Can't get a handle on it. Alright, let me see if I can wedge it in here for just a second. There we go. I had to get that guy straightened up. All right, now this goes down here. This goes in the cup. See there? So that's what you end up with right there. And then you need this guy. This is your top cap for up here. Okay, so I'm gonna open this as far as it'll go. And I'm gonna try and set it down in here. straight as possible. See, then set your top cap in place. Screw your bolt down. You want to hand tight it, and then double check your cup and make sure that it's not sitting on the boot. And mine looks good. So we should be able to start pressing this guy in. Keep an eye on it, make sure, yep, it's going in nice and straight. That looks really good. Go until this guy stops, basically. It'll get extremely hard to pull like that. So we're bottoming out now. Just gonna get it good, snug. All right, it's about as snug as I can get it. Now we're just gonna loosen it up. And then what I want to do is check my ball joint and make sure that it is sitting flush. So take this off. Put your tools back. All right, let's see what we got. Bingo. That looks great. Nice and clean. All right. That ball joint is stiff. That's what you want, I guess. All right. Now with the new ball joint, I got a new snap ring right here. So that's gonna go up here. We got a new grease cert, which is gonna go up here. And I got a new washer for the nut, which is over here. A new washer for the nut, and a, oh wow, I went blank on what this is called. Senior moment. What is that? This thing, I don't know. Safety pin, whatever you want to call it. Snap ring pliers again. Watch how easy this goes on. Snap ring pliers, squeeze, and clip. That's it, y'all. That's it. That's it. That will keep the ball joint from working its way out if it, for some crazy reason. Now this guy, it's easier to find the size wrench you need when it's not on the vehicle and it's not packed with a jillion years of grease and road dirt. It's a metric wrench and I don't have it. I don't have it over here anyways. I think these ball joints come pre-greased, best I can tell. Well, this one stopped in a better spot than the last one on the other side. Doesn't have to be super tight. You just want it snug. That's good. It ain't going nowhere. That's all you want. For it to not go nowhere. That's it, y'all. Oh, let's do tie rod in. Tie rod in. I got a new one of those too. There's one wrench. broke it free. Now, I am not replacing the inner tie rod on this side. So I'm gonna leave my jam nut right here as part of a guide to get this back on in the same place. I'm gonna have to go have an alignment done anyways because the other side, but I wanna count the number of turns to take this off. And don't let your jam nut move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 18. Right at 18. See, this one seemed to hold up better. Still, I'm gonna send it back and see what they say. They may not warranty it. All right, it was 18, right? So it was like right here in 18. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so like I said, anytime you mess with these tie rods, you're gonna have to get them realigned. But it'll be close enough to get us to the alignment shop. It'll be close enough to get us to the alignment shop. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this jam nut down. I was able to snug that jam nut down. And there's the new outer tie rod end. So we got new shock, new outer tie rod, new ball joint. Yeah. Cool.
It's sticky.
Yeah.
Let go. Let go.
All right, I'm gonna go clean the steering knuckle up and we'll get it started putting back on. All right, just greasing up these grease certs here. Yeah, I'll put this one on still. I'm gonna go ahead and grease that one up. Alright, y'all. So, greased. I guess I can re-grease this one time. Just make sure it's good. Yep. That should be good. Just put about 4 pumps in there. So that one should be freshened up a little bit. I should clean it. Hey now. Just gotta clean this up. All right, good enough. All right, this is torqued, clean, grease. Axle's still in, never took it out. We're gonna go grab the steering knuckle back and put it on. I gotta get some of this stuff out of my way though, because I'm gonna need, let me get some of these tools picked up. Wonder what Derek's doing today. I don't know. And then with the ball joint press, pick it up. Let me go ahead and figure out which sockets I'm in. For this one. $15/16 for the bottom one. Okay, so 21 for the tie rod, outer tie rod. 22, sorry. It's crazy. It's crazy because you got 3 different ball joints and 3 different sockets. All right. All we gotta do is put the steering knuckle back in. Yeah, this part could be a little bit tricky. Gotta get the axle in, the lower ball joint in, then the rest kind of falls into place. I need the lower ball joint nut so that I can hold it on there once I get it. I need it ready to go. All right. That went in easier than the other side. I'll tell you that much. Now let me get this nut on here. I can. All right. That ain't gonna fall off now. I can make sure everything goes in like it's supposed to. Cotter pin. That's, I couldn't think of it. It's a cotter pin. Duh.
I'll see you later. Bye.
Okay.
Daddy, can I help you?
I don't know right now, buddy.
Aww.
I don't, you're barefoot for one. For two,
I go put my Crocs on.
I know. It's this heavy, dirty stuff. I just don't want you getting hurt.
Okay. I want a watch you.
You can watch.
Oh, Daddy, it needs to be and can't reach. I could just probably just give it to you. Like, Daddy,
Mm-hmm.
you can't reach it. Yes. Me fine.
Can you go get me 2 new gloves?
What?
Or never mind, hand me that rag.
Oh. You said go and give me 2 new gloves, do you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie.
Smoky.
Okie dokie. 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 Alright, Daddy. Daddy. Do you notice the reason you took off the same because when we actually go to where we gotta go, because you don't want a chicken broke down on this wheel, but not our wheel that we already done fixing. That's why you fixing the other one, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want it to break down, are you? Need to fix
I do say, I think that is in place. It feels very good.
What is this?
All right, those are on partially. Now, we gotta torque those to 40 foot-pounds, which requires a smaller torque wrench, and I believe, no. So that would be,
Daddy, we might be able to fix the truck today, actually.
yeah,
All done. Look what came.
yay, awesome. Lug nuts, lug nuts.
Yay.
We can, yeah, we'll be able to go get this thing alignment done here in just a little bit. That's good. Okay, go grab me 2 new gloves, please.
I could go, we go help you, okay, Daddy?
On the counter, on the bench over there. Where my workstation. Go to my workstation. My bench.
There.
In the box. Yeah, go look in the box, the glove box.
Yay.
All right, I got this set to 40 foot-pounds. So we're gonna go 40 foot-pounds on this. Hey, come on. Don't be messing up my stuff, please. You're killing me. Now I have to edit this now. Okay. I gotta torque this to 40 foot-pounds. I'm gonna set the steering tie right in here temporarily. All right, there's 40 foot-pounds. Now, I'm gonna go about a 90-degree turn. Past. And then see if I can get my cotter pin in. Yep, good to go. Get off of the thing, please. Stay off of it. Go. Stay off of that. Man, they don't listen.
You know you girl, stop it.
So frustrating. They just don't listen. How many times I gotta ask them to stop?
Come here, give me a hug.
Okay, you just want to bend that cotter pin in and keep it from coming off. Now I want to torque the bottom one to 40 foot-pounds. All right, there's 40, and I'm gonna go about a 90. There it is. I need another cotter pin for the bottom. Cotter pin. I gotta get under there. I can't see it from up top. I'm gonna have to turn that one just a little more just to get the cotter pin in. There we have it. Cotter pin is in. All right, cotter pin's in. Now, do. Put an extension on here. There's 40, let's go 90. Feels pretty tight. Let's see if I can get my cotter pin in. This one. Yes. All right, that's all in. Now I'm going to put my ABS sensor wire back in its holder here. See here? Slide that guy back in. Okay. Just kind of route this back up here for now. I gotta get the brake put on. Put these snap ring pliers up. See if I can get a lug nut on there. It'll hold that in for me. Beautiful. So that just hold that in place for me for now, so I can put the brakes back on. Take these bolts out of the way. All right, I've got it. Perfect. This is kind of a little bit tricky here, just getting this back going. Oh man. I just noticed something not good. That caliper's shot. This caliper, I just noticed, is gonna have to be replaced, but not today. Uh-oh. Rounded off my bolt hole a little bit, banging on it. Now to get a center punch and try to spread that back out. Everything's fixed up. Was able to get it, get everything fixed. Got the new sway bar link, the new gas shocks, got the new outer tie rods, put a new wheel hub. She's ready to go to the lake. So, thanks for watching.